Live, and here we go. Damn, we were talking about last week how the Bleach gameplay trailer was fully edited and stuff, and it's like they were watching the show, and they just gave us a bunch of new gameplay. So we're gonna have a deeper look at Bleach Soul Resonance alongside the new DLC for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and a bunch of really tricky, slippery stuff from Genshin Impact, some unpaid actors and stuff. We're gonna talk about all of that and a lot more in today's Around the Bush. All right. I hope you guys had some audio for that, because I didn't.
Nope, me neither.
Okay. Nope. Okay. Well, great.
Well,
Chat. Did you get any audio for that? Chat. Tell me you got something.
Let's just hope.
God damn it. Genshin Impact. Yes, we're gonna talk about Genshin Impact, but not in a very good light. That said, first we introduce Rene to the show. How's it going? I see desktop lines moving, dude. Like how do we not have audio anyway? Yes, Rene, how are you doing?
I am doing okay. Still very tired from all of the moving and putting together, assembling just furniture in general. I'm good. I went to the movies yesterday. Ate a lot of popcorn. Always makes my Friday better. When I get some popcorn. Excited to talk about anime news. Not so much excited to talk about Genshin today. I'm a bit sad with Genshin.
Damn.
Today's gonna be a bad Genshin day.
Bad Genshin day. Oh no. You got audio now? Is it just Rene's voice, or do you actually have music? Because I still don't have music.
No music.
Okay. So you guys let me know in chat how that whole thing is going. You hear music? Oh, okay. Why? I didn't change anything. No. Okay. Well, anyway. Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. Maybe when I hit the music buttons once this song is over that I cannot hear, we will actually hear it all. But yeah, Bleach Soul Resonance. They took the gameplay chunks that they edited for the trailer and they just released them, and they were like, "Yeah, here's some uncut gameplay," which I really liked. Like, it shows some confidence in their game.
Yeah, and then they deleted the video.
Oh, I think I know what happened. Because they were doing a giveaway on Twitter, and they extended the giveaway because the giveaway had some issues, and the issues had to do with copyright. So you know how their trailer just used the official Bleach stuff?
Oh no!
Like, even official Bleach games cannot dodge music copyright. That's how messed up that system is. Like,
that is messed up.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Itchnitex, which is the channel that we're watching. They have uploaded the video, the full gameplay video. And as I said, this video does not look as good as the trailer makes it out to be. But still, it does not look bad.
I think it looks fire, man. Honestly, like, I have zero problems with the way this looks. Obviously, the stuff we said last week still stands. You look at the backgrounds and it's like super empty stuff, and that's like, kind of like the dead giveaway that, oh, it's a mobile game. But I really like the particle effects. I really like the way the action looks. Question's always, how does it play?
There's two things about this, and for once, we were talking about how the flashy stuff that was happening was due to video editing, and I stand by that. The flashiness and the way the game looked to be super fluid is not here anymore.
Really?
But at the same time, I feel like this gameplay is much better than what they showed in the trailer.
What?
What they show here is it is less visually appealing in terms of effects, because not a lot is happening compared to the trailer, but it looks better in terms of gameplay. For me, it looks more fun. There's more variation in terms of moves and what Ishigo is doing. Instead of it just being like two combos, opponent is comboing you, you're comboing your opponent, it shows more dodges, it shows more attacks, it shows more of the flow of the battle. And in a game where we're not sure yet, but it might be just a boss rush mode. Here in this trailer, they don't show you the segment of what you will be doing in the middle of the fight. On the new gameplay that we saw at the beginning, I think that it displays more of what the game could be, and the variation of the attacks their opponent is going to be doing. And I think it's much more fun than having this cutout trailer, if I'm being honest. Like, for example, this fight, this shows nothing. This is super uninteresting. It's just you parrying or blocking the pink whatever that is.
Okay.
And now if you come back into the trailer,
Right.
it shows much more of what that fight could look like. So instead, it's not as flashy, I would say, as in the trailer,
Right.
because the transitions are super well done. But then it shows actual gameplay that actually has me like, okay, this might be interesting. See, he dodges and then he kicks, he dodges again.
Shows you the options, right? It's not just hit the button to parry. Like you could choose to dodge or parry, I guess. Like
so much more interesting. So much more interesting. So yeah, this gameplay has me more excited for this game than the trailer. Even though again the trailer for me looks a bit flashier, but it's just like this looks fun.
Yeah.
This looks fun. I want to learn the what your opponent is doing. I want to learn the patterns. I want this game. Like this seems like a game that could be one of those tough challenge games. Playing on the hard difficulties.
Right.
You like getting to know the pattern and just. Getting if there's a rank system, which I really love, pull off those S ranks. I love boss rush, to be honest.
Right.
So yeah, this looking better to me, to be honest.
So the developer of this made Marvel Snap and a One Piece game as well. Maybe I can pull. Who was it? What's the name of that developer? So does anyone in chat know before I find it? News Network developer. I think the Anime News Network. Yeah, Newverse. There it is. So Newverse made both Marvel Snap and they don't say what One Piece they made. Okay. So Newverse games.
By the way, just commenting on how hard it is to, find Bleach games because of how similar the names are. I had the same problem today. I was looking at Soul Resonance. No, Soul Resurrection, I think.
Okay.
And I was like, I can't find the fucking game. I need to make a thumbnail. Where is this game? And it's not Resurrection. It's Resonance. It's so confusing.
Right. They made a One Piece game as well. I don't remember the name of it.
One Piece Blood Roots.
Blood Roots?
Yeah.
Okay. Blood Roots. I've never heard of that.
What the hell is that even?
I actually have never heard of that.
Blood Routes. Okay.
Routes.
Routes?
Oh, that makes more sense.
Oh, is it Fighting Path?
It's what I found on their website. So the Blood Routes. Probably, most likely.
Is it an alternate?
There's definitely
an alternate title for Fighting Path. Fighting Path was one of those games that people were like really vibing with the announcement trailers and whatnot, and then gameplay was like whatever. And like I kind of see Bleach here. So you see the big buttons and stuff. Like I feel like this is kind of the blueprint for that stuff.
Yeah, now I kind of want to.
Yeah, it's the same game. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. It's the same game. Yeah. Well, is it a boss rush? Do we have that information?
Fighting Path, I believe so. But yeah, regarding the it's got all the gacha stuff that you're gonna hate. Like you want that hard difficulty challenge mode kind of thing. Yeah, you're gonna get there, but it's
also gacha.
It's also gonna take you a while to get there.
Yeah. Oh, there's okay.
There's some variety here in Fighting Path. This is a game that I probably should put some time into, honestly. Especially now with Bleach being a thing.
Yeah, sure. I'm down to even make a video on this. Look, one thing though is this game looks less empty. But at least, yeah, and this is judging by 2 stages, and it's just
let's maybe go back and see some other gameplay here.
Yeah, of course, but it like first-hand look at it, and it just looks a little bit better when it comes to.
Let's go. I can do this in BlueStacks. Nice. This has an instant translation mode. It's so much easier.
Okay, there's okay. We got boat riding. More stages.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like a more open stage because the stages in Bleach seem very, very open, and maybe that's why they look so empty. Here, there's walls, right? So because there's and there's also the ocean to play with. Like One Piece has that advantage because you put up the ocean out there. Yeah, it's fine if it's empty. It's supposed to be.
Yeah. Also, the art style. I think this one is benefiting from all the chairs and the stores, the houses. But definitely, like this to me looks much better, much more like a complete game than Bleach. But and honestly, it doesn't look that bad looking at it. I think it's much more complex than I would have thought, because this is definitely not just a boss rush mode, and I appreciate that. But then you have the gacha bits, and that's where it kind of loses me. Again, it's not necessarily because it's a gacha and because we ate gacha. I just hate when gacha gets in the way of the game being balanced in a fun way.
Same, man.
And that's what's probably gonna happen, because it's been like this forever, you know.
Yeah.
The only or one of the only situations where we know that hasn't happened is probably Genshin, and people don't like the gacha in Genshin. They say the gacha sucks.
Yeah, gacha would get in the way of like end game Genshin, I would say. So it's not like, oh, it's completely innocent, you know. But yeah, you can play the full story without ever engaging with the gacha, and that's really cool. That's something that I don't think people appreciate enough. That said, do I now have audio for this shit? Nope, still not. Okay, so stream says the audio is fine, by the way, so it's just scuffed for me. And I have now realized what the issue is, but I think it requires an OBS restart. So we'll just, I won't have any audio. Whenever you guys want me to change music, I'll change music. I don't even know what's playing in the background right now. I know I hit the button and I see waveforms going, but yeah, if you guys get sick of the song, just tell me, hit the button, and I'll hit the button and change it. But I hope with that, like, Fighting Path is a very good reference to what you can expect from the Bleach game. Obviously, like, we don't have too much right now. I do appreciate them releasing this gameplay, and I think with this, you definitely see how close this is to Fighting Path now. Makes me a lot more curious about this stuff, maybe. And maybe Fighting Path is something that I should definitely give a shot in the near future. So yeah, let's maybe put that on the calendar and figure out how to cover Fighting Path. Let's keep in mind that it's a gacha and probably will take you hours and hours to actually see the fucking game. But you know,
yeah. But I'm to be honest, it looks, and that's the interesting part. Just to close this one out, but that's the interesting part about mobile games and how anime games have been releasing on mobile on a consistent basis. It's just One Piece. That One Piece, I want to cover that game. Like, it looks like a game that it would be sort of fun to cover and even to play. But I know what the end thing is going to be. I know we're going to make a video and the conclusion is going to be fucking gacha. I know it's going to be that, but it looks good enough for me to want to try it and to want to cover it as well.
The main reason why we haven't done it is because it's not a global release. That's honestly the main reason.
Is it Japan only? That's why
I don't even know if it's in Japan, actually, but I'll look into it. But it might just be China only. And when it's China only, I usually go, is that a real game? Do they have a license, or are they just doing China law? So China law is a thing. So yeah, because I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't look into it, so I don't want to speculate too much on that. But that's the main reason why we haven't covered it. It's because it wasn't universal. But yeah, in case you guys missed it and you were looking forward to more Bleach stuff, more of Bleach Soul Resonance, there you go. I think this gives us a pretty good look of what the gameplay is like and what to expect out of this new Bleach game, which will be not only Android and iOS, as this title suggests, but also PC has been confirmed. Not PlayStation, I'll say it again, PlayStation 5 has never been confirmed. They did a giveaway for PlayStation 5, but they currently have no plans to put this out on console. Doesn't mean they never will, they just don't have any plans to do so, so why would you expect anything different? I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Do you think we'll get any DBZ Budokai 4 news? Maybe, yeah, at some point. Not today, though. Moving on, let's talk about Genshin Impact, which has been in the headlines today and over the course of this week for some pretty controversial stuff. So some voice actors, including Paimon's voice actor, have claimed that they are owed thousands of dollars after 6 months without pay. So Genshin Impact is one of the most profitable games of all time. Hearing that 2 of the voice actors have come forth and said, yo, we haven't been paid in 6 months, is kind of crazy. But even when the story broke, we had a lot of people coming out in the defense of MiHoYo saying, actually, like, MiHoYo doesn't pay the voice actors. They hire a studio to do the voice acting stuff. and this might be on the studio and not on MiHoYo themselves. And MiHoYo put out a statement today. Oh my god, this is really throwing that studio under the bus, by the way.
Yeah, that studio. I'm telling you what, that studio is not going to be working.
This isn't even the studio's first scandal. They've had a situation before back in like 2017, like EA game, I think.
Damn. We truly regret to learn about the ongoing situation. Genshin Impact values and respects the work and effort of everyone involved. We support our voice actors to claim their proper due. We have made payments to our recording studio on time, and we immediately urge the studio to pay our voice actors from our past payment. Meanwhile, we are also seeking alternative solutions. We will keep you posted on further developments. So yeah, MiHoYo might be looking into switching studios. That studio is just completely thrown under the bus. It's called Formosa, in case you guys ever hear about them in the news again. Here's someone who just tweeted their name, Formosa. So yeah, I guess the news broke out earlier this week. It took MiHoYo like a day to respond. I guess, you know, they had to look at internals and be like, did we pay that shit? Did we pay it? Oh, we did? Okay. No, it's on them. It's on fuck them. Fuck them. It's on them. So, yeah, that's what's going on.
I mean, they can do that.
Titan has a point, though. Titan has a point, because in a way it's still an Hoyoverse for not allowing to unionize, at the very least. Yeah, I agree. I don't know, and granted, I don't have information about this, but if it's known that Hoyoverse does not allow unions, then in a way it's also kind of on them.
Because like Honkai is unionized according to Titan. So
yeah.
Those are unionized projects. So it's not like a company-wide thing. It's like a Genshin project thing. I don't know.
It's not that they're actively busting unions. It's just Genshin for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it still kind of sucks, but at the least, I think it's good on them to answer this. Obviously, they're saving their own ass with this. They're like saving their own thing, but also I think, for them to say this, it's because they're actually taking care of the situation, and that's good. Like, I think that's even if they're saying this to save their ass, I think they're gonna take care of the situation, and that's what you want. And especially in the midst of all these strikes about creators and actors, it sucks that this keeps fucking happening. Mm-hmm. Corporations being corporations, and they just keep making millions, and you have these workers that put their, they have rents to pay. I saw the other day that the whole writer's strike, I think it was Disney, and I think this was insider info, but the directors are basically saying they fully intend on like postponing everything until actors and writers start losing their houses, and they can't go on strike anymore because they need to get paid. Like, this is like some evil corporation shit. Like, they fully intend on just keeping things like this until people start losing their houses and like, okay, we can't do this anymore. We have to work. And that's just some fucking bullshit. And it's something that has been showing up on news on a consistent basis. Oh, there it is. I think that's the one.
All right, this one?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
The studios and streamers reportedly have no intentions of negotiating with the Writers Guild for severe months. The end game is to allow things to drag on until union members start losing their apartments and losing their houses, the studio executive tells Deadline. Whew.
It's just rough, man. It's just rough. It sucks that, all of this that we enjoy so much goes through all of this, and it mostly just benefits the people above, and it sucks for people working like this.
Yeah.
But it is the way of the world right now.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
Glad to hear we don't have to cancel MiHoYo though, because I kind of like their names. But yeah, seems like they are on the voice actor side here. Hopefully it's not just a press release and there was actual follow-up there. And hopefully there will be actions against this studio, because it's not okay. And
especially if it's the second time this happens.
Exactly, yeah.
Or more, if this is the second time we know of. It could have happened more than this. So if this is the case, and I think Genshin is pretty big enough for it to not allow this to happen again with this studio in particular. So yeah.
All right. So, with that said, we're gonna move on to more MiHoYo news. This time, just going through their marketing spiel. Starting with Honkai Star Rail, 1.2 trailer is out. What's up with this version of the game, Ashura and Ender? If you guys got anything to say about it.
So this is a story extension of what's been put out since launch. So we get to finally see the results of that. We're going to be getting a new boss, which will be shown in the trailer. Introductions of Blade and Kafka.
Wait, Kafka was not in the game?
Oh, Kafka's not. You could not get Kafka.
What the-
You allowed you to play
No,
Kafka
no.
and Silverwolf in the beginning, just without playing it.
Yeah, no, you
Getting
start the
it.
game by playing as Kafka.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's
you
surprising.
start the
Okay.
game. You start. You can play them at the start, but you couldn't effectively own them. But you'll be able to now in this patch. They also introduced 2 new characters that will be coming in the future. A new Don Heng, Inhibitor Lune, or as I like to call them, Ultra Instinct.
Okay.
Oh, he's showing up right there. And another new character that you've seen before, if you've done the second the story, Fu Xuan, who, the pink-haired girl who could see through the future.
Oh, okay.
And whatnot. Yeah, she'll be coming as well, and that's just
Character stories, straight up the usual MiHoYo big patch coming through.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Nice. Good to see. Good to see. Honkai still going strong. Is that the boss?
Yeah, that's the new boss.
God, that she's big.
Yep, we've already seen
There's
so
a lot
many
of
memes
plot.
on that.
There's a lot of plot here.
A lot of plot.
And,
Oh, look at
already
these
showing off
nuts.
Luca.
Come on. These guys with the names. Oh, anyway. There's also a Blade trailer. So.
Yeah, to talk a bit more about Blade.
Yes, sir. Oof, that's a cool
Yeah,
effect.
he is a wind solo DPS.
Okay.
And he's very cool. He involves around consuming his HP to get stacks, and then once he's got enough stacks, he do this big AoE attack on enemies. And he probably has the coolest ultimate in the game.
Gonna need a
Absolutely
healer
love
right next to him.
He can heal himself,
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
but it's also nice to have one.
Yes, sir. Nice to see. Speaking of Genshin, Shueisha Games kind of wants to get into that market a little bit. They are working on Project Survival, which is a new project by Shueisha Games. Seems a little bit more indie in its reach and look. We have kind of just only 2 screenshots, with the first one being so garbage. Like, I cannot even describe how garbage this screenshot is. And there's another one. So yeah, Genshin vibes from this for sure. They do have a sense of humor if you scroll down the comments here. Project Survival Impact, and they reply Breath of the Kingdom. Oh, nicely done. Yes.
Good.
Genshin did not make up this look. Just a reminder.
Yeah, it definitely, popularized the look, and
I think this comment is even crazier. Tower of Fantasy.
well, that's great. That's a fucking crazy comment. But yeah, it seems like people want to get on the hype train of Genshin Impact, and not only that, the amount of money that the game's doing, it's just it's too big not to try to get on that train. That being said, it's hard to do what Genshin does. Everybody will try it out, but Genshin has found its success, not because of the gacha, but because of how good the game is, and I'm always, whenever I see this, and obviously people will go and try the trend and see if it works, but usually when something works really well, people fail to see the reason why the game did so well. So I'm always like, every time they do this, I'm like, yeah, we'll see, but I don't trust it.
Right.
It just seems like they want to go on the gacha bandwagon, and they don't focus on what Genshin truly does well. But we'll see.
It's happened a few times now, right? To where we're like, yeah, this is not really it. This is not really why I like Genshin. So I don't know. Doesn't serve as an alternative for me. But I don't know. As far as I know, like, Tower of Fantasy is doing fine. So maybe there is enough space to like just do fine in this world without having to be Genshin Impact. It's like saying, well, no games should try to do open world because Grand Theft Auto is the most profitable one. No, I guess there's enough space in the genre, right? You can do fine with an open world game, and you don't have to reach Grand Theft Auto numbers.
Shit, I just realized that I want to tell you something, and that I have to mention my girlfriend. And it just fucking sucks nowadays because I get self-conscious about it. But I had an exact conversation.
Wait, there it is. He set the line. We can't have a stream without
I was talking to her, like explaining the
Wait,
reason.
you were talking to who?
My girlfriend. Explaining the reasons why I believe nowadays open world games suck in general, but they have their own space. So, and that's exactly what you were saying. It's not because Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption do open world in a way that no other game does, mainly because of the budget. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can't have Ubisoft open world games, because Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, Assassin's Creed, everybody and their mother does those kind of games, and for me personally, they're not great. I just skip the whole thing, but they're still super successful, and I still think, and that was my point. I think Horizon is still, for me, even though it has a lot of flaws, mainly the open world activities and how bland some of the missions are. For me, it's still a 9 out of 10 because I love that game. They've improved on every single thing from the first one. So. But you compare that one to the Grand Theft Autos of the world or the Red Dead Redemptions of the world, and it's not even comparable in terms of the scope and the amount of stuff that gets put into the game. So it's the same thing here. It's like there is space for everything. There is space for other games to succeed. Maybe not as as well as Genshin Impact, but they try their own thing. And I like to be positive about video games. It just rubs me the wrong way when people see a gacha get super successful and they want to get on the bandwagon. That rubs me the wrong way because it's a gacha. But at the same time, it's a video game, and I like to be positive. And until I get proven wrong, I'll give it a chance, as always.
Right. Yeah. I do think there was also a time and place for something like Genshin where they were probably the first game ever to really capture that console audience into that mobile gacha space. This genre was actually had been done for years at that point, but it was mobile exclusive almost, and there had been a few attempts to make it on console, but no one put in the budget and the scope that Genshin put in. And so Genshin was kind of the game that broke that barrier, and by being the first one, it naturally just was way more successful. But I think if anything, MiHoYo showed that being first isn't everything, because then they put out Honkai Impact, and they just made even more money in the first few months with Honkai than they did with Genshin. So it's no, we can do this still. It's not because we were first.
And I think there's another thing that goes on there as well. It is not just, I think, they know it's not just because they were the first one, because again, they did it with Honkai, but also the amount of updates that they keep doing, the amount of new stuff that they keep bringing to Genshin, I think is a good example of their vision for the game and why they understand their success. They understand what they are doing right, and they want to keep doing it right. It's not just because of the gacha. It's not because they released it first. Is because they keep giving people new stuff to do, and in good ways as well. It's not just a lot of content to keep people fed. No, they actually put a lot of care into what they release, and I think that's very important, and it's super obvious that they know what they have in their hands and what they're doing with the game.
Right. Yeah, for sure. That said, I think it's time to talk about some anime games. Let's talk about some anime games. Starting with a big one, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot DLC number 5. Finally, we have a gameplay trailer. Finally, we have a look at the grounded combat. We've been speculating about this for ages now, looking at screenshots, and we were always asking, are they actually going to do grounded combat? Are they going to make a new combat system for this DLC? The answer is yes, and they've shown it here. It looks so sick. It looks so good. What was your reaction to all this stuff? Because I don't think we ever talked about it.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you, Call Me Base, for the 4 months.
Yes, sir.
Glock Plus. This was exactly what we've been talking about. This is what we wanted. And my only concern is how big this DLC is gonna be. But honestly, man, it looks so fucking cool. They've created a whole thing. All of these characters have different movesets, and it's gonna be super interesting to try this. You know, an arena fighter, a grounded arena fighter with Dragon Ball. I think it's been a while since we've got to try that. And you mentioned this in the video, and it's something that even if this was broken, I just wish there was an online mode for this. I just wish, you know, they again, I totally agree with you. They put out the card game for no reason at all. They released a card game within this, you know, action RPG game.
Right.
For no reason. So yeah, I kind of want to see this, even if it's broken, even if it's like not at all balanced. Right. I kind of want to see it. I want to have a feel of what a game like this would be. Because yeah, I feel like if you're balancing a game where you can fly, I think it's much harder to do everything. Grounded combat, I think, is a little bit easier. But I also wonder how many characters would there be. I don't know how many characters we'll be able to play. Obviously, there's the fact that...
Hello, Father Rene. Also, can I get a music change, no mouth face?
Mm-hmm.
No mouth face. I like that. Hey, son. How's it going? Thank you for the donation.
There you go.
Yeah, and this goes to my concern about how long this game would be. I hope that we can choose a lot of different characters and participate in the tournament after we go through the story mode. I believe there's going to be a story mode, even if it's small. I just wish that we can go through the tournament over and over, and maybe even randomize it, like you said in the video as well. Like I'm totally 100% with you on everything you said on the video. Like, this is very exciting, and it can still get more exciting with information that we still don't know. But like, a lot of potential. But even if it isn't, just the fact that we have a new type of gameplay style for Kakarot, I think that alone is just very exciting for a DLC. Like, that is bigger than you would want from a DLC. Like, having a different play style is just more than I would ever expect for a Dragon Ball game.
True. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been this excited for a DLC for Kakarot. Watching the Bardock trailers, it was like, oh, they're doing the Horde battle again. So like something we've seen already. Of course, like I'm interested to see like them telling the story. I'm excited to see like Planet Vegeta on the Bardock DLC, because they're gonna make that from scratch. And they had a really cool surprise at the end of that DLC, which I will not spoil in case you haven't played that yet. So even for the Bardock DLC, I was like, I'm excited, but like what they're showing here is not that exciting, to be honest. But this gameplay, however, like this is so different, so unique. And yeah, I mean, if this is like one step closer to that Kakarot arena fighter, then yeah, I'm all for it, because this kind of looks amazing. You look at this game mode and as a single player thing, and you can easily imagine like a modder coming in and just making this a 2-player thing, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. There's one thing though, and then it's something that I just realized now watching this trailer once again. And if anything, it's a little bit negative about this, which is, if you look at the game, you've been to the World Tournament Arena in the game, right? You've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've all. If you played Kakarot, you went there at least to see what it looked like.
Yeah.
And that is exactly it. That is exactly the scenery, I believe. And one thing that kind of concerns me is that the crowd is sitting down. Like it's not like a stadium. Also, the stage looks super big than it actually is.
Oh no, I guess it is a different one from the one you have in Kakarot right now. Because in Kakarot you do have like the stands, right?
Oh, you do?
I think so. But in the original Dragon Ball, you didn't have that. It was all like people on the ground. So that's actually a really nice attention to detail if that's the case. Also, this I mean, I don't know about if you're exploring, but while in gameplay, this is the biggest World Tournament arena I've ever seen. Like in Kakarot, it's not this big. So there's a chance that like they just transition into this when it's time for gameplay versus like time for exploration. But yeah, that little detail just there, like this might be a new World Tournament arena. Might be a new area.
It might be a new area. Yeah. And another thing, and that's what I was mentioning too, is just the stage is fucking gigantic. I don't remember the stage being that big.
No, it wasn't.
I don't remember that. Oh, did we go to the?
I definitely went there in the review. I got like I must. Aha!
Oh, there you go.
Told you.
Yeah, that
Told you.
is nothing like it. Yeah, and it's so small too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I remember like I was talking about the story and how they skip some arcs. Like you have 0 fights in the World Tournament Arena, and I knew you showed the World Tournament Arena here. But yeah, as you can see, like definitely a different stage. They are not.
Can you
just
wait? Can we might be able to even see the surroundings? But yeah, it looks. I honestly think it looks different.
Yeah, there's a lot of reused assets for sure because they were just done, but it is a different place. Yeah. Good spot there, man. Spotted that really nicely. Okay. Yeah. Oh my, indeed. Oh my is right. Next. I haven't seen this yet, but they made a Sword Art Online Last Recollection trail. Oh, by the way, Kakarot still doesn't have a release date, which is what are we doing?
Just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. We have been having screenshots, videos, teases, magazines, whatever, for months. Crazy. Which is, in a way, if you think about it, it could be something that is positive because the more time they take, the probably the better the DLC is. Right. Probably. And hopefully that's the case. By the way, I have sent you a link. And it's something that not now. We can talk about it later, but I think it's kind of anime related. I think Nier is in a way people enjoy Nier. Nier is an anime at this point.
I don't know if I'm gonna cover news on this game anymore. I feel like I don't care, but yeah, here's a weapon trailer for the new Sword Art Online game if you want to. There is one. You should look it up. Weapon introduction trailer. I think it's gonna like go through sword stuff. Actually, yeah, it's gonna introduce all the weapons to you, all the different weapons and skills. And here's a bow. Here's a dagger. And yeah, that's the thing. I kind of don't care. So, if but I don't want to judge if you do. So just letting you know, there's things here.
Yeah, I think this is more towards like this is one of those games that it does not look like it's doing anything new, and it's not like anime games try to come up with different things every time, but it's just like this is doing nothing new, and what it's doing I've seen done way better. Right. At least apparently. Obviously, I'm not playing the game, so we never know.
I'm playing Final Fantasy 16 right now, and looking at this and going, why would I ever give this time of day?
Yeah. Only if you're a super fan of Sword Art Online, and for me, as someone who is not a fan of Sword Art, not because I don't like it, just because I never watched it. I look at this and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to try this. Like the scenery looks super bland. The fighting does not look as fun as Final Fantasy 16. That I think that's a great point. And obviously you can't compare the two budgets, but that's what you mean. If you're able to play both, why not?
Yes,
it's
the
same price.
Yeah, exactly. Yes and no. You can't compare the two budgets, but they're priced exactly the same. So
you get to choose.
Right.
You get to choose. So yeah, I'm with you. I think I don't mind, maybe even reviewing this game when it comes out.
Absolutely not. That's too many hours, man. It's gonna be an RPG. These usually take a really long time.
Hey, look! I said I don't mind because I don't have to play it.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Sword Art Online review. Let's see how many views it got last time.
It's probably not. It was a long time ago, but
reviews usually do well. 150.
152. 3 years ago.
Yeah.
For 3 years ago, yes.
Over time it gets views, yeah. But
yeah.
Yes, I don't know. Probably not.
Unless there's nothing happening. I agree.
Dude, it's in October. It's this year. It's gonna be around Storm Connection's release. And there's also My Hero to Rumble this year as well. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's tough. And you know what? There's also like for October, I believe. There's also Alan Wake, Mortal Kombat, Starfield, Lies of P. There's a lot of video games.
Yeah, thank you. but no thanks. Real quick, the PUBG Mobile collaboration with Dragon Ball Super came out yesterday. I will now look up footage for this, but they released a couple screenshots like the Kame House as well as the village. So they got a couple screenshots out there that was in the news. Now PUBG Mobile Dragon Ball. Let's see if anyone has made a video on this so far, because this came out yesterday. New update, Dragon Ball PUBG mode by Levinho. And here we go. Is he playing with any Dragon Ball stuff? Oh. Nope, that was not a Super Saiyan. I guess, that's Capsule Core or...
Is that a Dragon
Village,
Ball?
Village stuff? Nah, it's just a weapon.
Oh, that's the weapon. Okay.
If you like PUBG Mobile, try this sponsor. Click the link. Yeah. I mean, the map looks fine.
Yeah,
I had to
see
look
it.
at this game, that's why I didn't try it again. Like, we played this back on the JJK collaboration.
Yeah, and it was okay. It was okay. I love PUBG, the original. Oh, that's
nice.
okay. That's kind of cool. Okay, that's kind of cool. I love PUBG. I think PUBG is a great game. Super fun to play with friends. But PUBG Mobile, though, you know, it's just doing everything that the console and PC version does, but worse because you're playing on your phone. You know, yeah, you're allowed to play on PC if you use the all those programs to play mobile games on PC.
Dragon Balls thing. The thing to put the Dragon Balls in Shenron.
I see.
Anyway, yeah, I don't understand why these deals go through PUBG Mobile and not the official PUBG. I mean, Dragon Ball, maybe I kind of get it. There's probably some exclusivity stuff with Epic. But with JJK, they didn't do it either. They just put it on PUBG Mobile and not the main quote-unquote PUBG. Maybe it's a numbers thing where they're like, yo, PUBG Mobile's got bigger numbers, so we can maybe get a better deal here.
Yeah, that's probably it. I believe, and the game. Let's be honest, it also looks a little more silly. It's also easier to put maybe skins on the game, and
Right.
it's me speculating. But yes, I think from the whole PlayStation versus Xbox versus Activision, the whole thing. One of the informations that we got is that Call of Duty is most successful on mobile. It beats PS5 and Xbox apparently. So I think PUBG probably the same.
But Vegeta's is saying PUBG is from Epic. Is that right? Epic owns PUBG and Fortnite?
No, I don't think so.
I think that sounds. I don't think that sounds.
I don't
right.
think so.
Is it? Is
Some
it?
PUBG owned by like Koreans or something?
I think Tencent. But and Tencent also owns part of Epic, so like there's some common ground there. But I don't think it's Epic.
Yeah, Tencent is one. of the
Krafton,
popular ones.
Tencent,
There you go.
PUBG
Yeah.
Corporation. Yeah.
I don't see any Epic.
Fake news by Vegeta's. Let's go.
Ban.
Yeah, you thought it was bought by everyone. Yeah, I guess in that case, the explanation would be, we're going to do this with Fortnite on PC. We're going to do this on PUBG Mobile. But like, why would you buy that competitor and then, I don't know. That deal doesn't make a lot of sense for me. But anyway, that's Dragon Ball in another game. And then speaking of JJK, it's just doing collabs all over the place. JJK and collaborations, like they're all over the place. And right now, the latest one is on Granblue Fantasy, the gacha game. So this is coming up next month. It's going to be a Jujutsu Kaisen event. What can you get out of this event, Ashura, our resident Granblue Fantasy gacha player?
So when it comes to these collaborations, they'll put out like a little unique story to explain why they're there and have little fights and whatever. And then you'll also get the characters as units. So for this one particularly, you'll have these two as a duo unit. So they'll just be together. And then they'll probably announce a few more as either solo or duo units, and you'll have like a summon, which will just be like another character. Could probably have like Nobara or Gojo as a summon,
Right.
like that.
So you can travel the skies with Gran alongside Megumi and Yuji. Is that how it works? They are part of the crew now.
Yeah, and well,
Okay.
well, one
You
thing
didn't
I
sound
really
happy.
do, yeah, yeah. It's not canon anyway. We don't care.
Right.
But one thing I always love, and I always post these whenever they come out, is the artwork that they put out. The Granblue devs' artwork for these collaborations are amazing, and especially when they bring out the uncap art. So it'll just be extra art when you fully uncap the character, and they are so pretty. Like my favorite examples was the Demon Slayer collaboration. Like the Rengoku one was amazing. The Tanjiro group was also amazing. I can get them up later in the Q&A.
Okay.
But that's always my favorite part of it. But yeah, it's all free.
Oh.
It's still time limited, so if you're not there, then you don't get them.
Right.
And it's very rare for them to bring them back. But it's all free if you play it, and it's always a fun time.
Okay. Yeah. Cool to hear for Granblue Fantasy fans. Also for Granblue Fantasy Versus fans, we've got some ultimate skills. We've got some. So that's like the Ultra EX version of their skills, right? So previously you had like light version, medium version, heavy version, with the heavy being the EX version, but now there's a new version of these skills in the upcoming Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising, which is ultimate skills. And I guess we got a little demonstration here from Catalina's side, showing the lariats. That's the normal lariat, and then the ultimate lariat, and she summons the stands.
Yeah, she brings out her shield, which has a hitbox. So it's just a DP at that point. Which
What does that stand? What does that spend compared to like the X?
So not only the cooldown, but also like ultimate meter, right?
Yeah, it spends your meter. It costs 50 at the start, and if it hits, it will refund 25 back.
Yeah.
So it's 25 overall if you hit it.
Oh, okay.
Does it refund, do we know if it refunds on block?
I don't think it does, but we've noticed a few things in this. There's like
It's okay. People don't block.
Like they showed one with Gran, I think, not long ago, so we didn't really have a chance to cover it. But this one shows a bit more that I've noticed. So ultimate skills hit the combo limit, so you can't combo after these.
Oh, so it's definitely just a finisher.
I noticed this with it with Catalina. I don't know if it's like with the others.
Okay.
But
yeah, combo limits for this one too.
Yeah. So ultimate skills will hit the combo limits.
Wait. Unblock. So 100%. Wait, no, this hits combo limit and 50. No, you don't get it. You don't get the 25%.
No, you don't even
unblock.
get.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can't just throw them out willingly. So there was also another thing I noticed in the Catalina trailer. There's a lot more visual indicators. So you now know when you're at the corner. There's a big wall of light that tells you you're at the corner.
Wait, was that an issue with it?
No, I mean you very clearly know what you're
It was never an issue
Why
that you're
is
in the
that-
corner.
What?
Catalina's about to strive wall break your ass.
Yeah, we're gonna go to new stages.
I have been playing fighting games for a while now, and I've never noticed the need of having an ugly ass wall behind me. But yeah, whatever.
Well,
Like
there's also some.
putting virtual space in this.
Yeah.
That's so
You
weird.
know what it seems like? It seems like they're saying to people that mash in the corner, they're saying this is where you press. Now you're allowed to press. You've reached the corner. That's the only thing, because that's for that people. If you've played fighting games for 1 hour, you know where the corner is. What? This is I didn't even notice. This is so weird. What a weird concept.
Also, not an issue though, right? It's just
No,
it's just
absolutely
weird.
not.
I think the only issue that I have with it is that it doesn't fit the design.
Yeah.
It's just that's just it. That's the only thing.
It's so out there. Like,
Yeah, it's super out there.
Yeah.
I will say this though, all of these mechanics that we're talking about, and obviously like I don't play Granblue, so I don't know necessarily what the game was before. I tried it at the beginning, that was it. But they look super interesting, and they might not work. I don't know, but at least they look interesting and different enough for me to, want to see at least good level players play this game, and even you watch some tournaments and see what this game is going to reach, what this game is going to be at the end, because there's a lot of new mechanics and it just looks interesting.
I already enjoyed watching top 8s for this game. I think it was already a pretty fun game to watch. The hopes with Rising is that it becomes a fun game to play as well, because number one issue with this game was online netcode, just absolutely terrible, which I don't even want to say it was worse than Fighters. I think it's like on the same level. It's just that mashing in this game is a lot harder. So if you want to hit confirm something, you usually have 1-2 hits, and with delay, it's a lot harder. If you have to do that in this game versus Fighters, where you can just like go for a 4-hit string before you hit confirm anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the main issue, and the hopes with Rising is that, well, now we can actually play the game and not just watch it.
Regarding this specific thing, the new ultimate moves, I just wonder, they don't seem that they do particularly high damage. I wonder, even if you're spending 25, because you can do them in combos, right?
Yeah.
So even just spending 25 for the amount of damage it does, I guess it's better than using the ultimate for a finisher. It's more of an option. So having more options.
Like bar resets after a round, so you should still use the ultimate if you can. But so it's going to be a situational thing probably.
Right.
I see.
Also to mention, there's some ultimate skills aren't obviously the same, so some will be different. So like an example would be like Belial's with his DP, his ultimate version. Like once he gets his down, you do like a stomp for like a little bit of extra damage. So it won't all just be like neutral stuff. There's definitely some stuff that will be used in combo specifically. But we'll see how it turns out at the end. And there's also some stuff that got shown in these trailers where the bravery points are. They're by the timer. So those 3 pips. Good luck seeing them. They look so.
Oh
cool.
wait, is that? I thought that those were rounds.
That's not rounds?
No, those are the bravery points.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Wait a minute. Why are we being brave?
So the win-loss rounds, I believe, is the small.
Right.
Yeah, by the newly updated portraits for the original.
Damn,
test,
that's so. Dude, look at the. Even full screen, that thing just blends into the background. No, this needs a darker background.
I definitely noticed it. It's just I thought those were rounds or something. Like I thought those were things you lose when you lose a round, so they would like shatter or not be there anymore.
It's a very awkward placement. Like it should be below for sure. Like it's something that if you're looking here at the action, you don't see that. You don't see that out of the corner of your eye. You actually have to look up.
Yeah, you have to look up.
So
and keep in mind that this is a Twitter clip, so
true.
It could change. But honestly, I don't see it changing. Yeah, I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at the characters. I can't see that shit up there. It might work a bit better if you have like a different background, but as it is, the sky, no way.
So my biggest complaint with Granblue has always been that the HUD was too cluttered. Like all of it at the top is too much. Like I would have loved if the bar was at the bottom, and some other stuff would be a bit more spaced out. So yeah.
Weird. No bars at the bottom.
Yeah, the HUD has never been the cleanest thing, and it's always been one of my biggest gripes.
Yeah.
With Versus.
It is weird. Yeah, I never noticed that the bar is not.
So I'm not surprised at all that the bravery points are just in the most weirdest place you can put them.
Damn.
Yep.
And you guys were talking about Naruto Storm connections.
The bars are huge. By comparison.
Oh god, like I don't know. I feel like even with the bars being so big, it looks like there's a lot more going on with that HUD than what it's letting on.
I see. Yeah.
Well, even though it's supposed to be simplistic.
All right. We're gonna wrap up with 2 very quick hits in terms of news. Still on fighting games. First, Skullgirls. Let's hear Enderup scream for 30 minutes. Oh, I mentioned Skullgirls. He didn't scream. Okay, cool. After 8 years, Skullgirls is returning to Xbox. Second Encore now available for pre-order, Xbox One and Xbox Series, launching on July 19th. So that is coming very, very soon with Season Pass 1 as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how well it will do on Xbox because Xbox players are just used to Game Pass at this point. So like until this thing is up there, I don't know.
Yeah, I sometimes, I'm gonna be honest, man. I sometimes like to, whenever these games, and you know me, I like to get some achievements on my account, and I like to pay homage to some of the games that have been important, even on the channel. Sometimes I buy the games that we cover, just so I can add the games to my account and you know, support the game in a way. I think Skullgirls is one of those. It has been a part of the channel in a way. So I feel like I might get on this game and just, you know, do all achievements. I don't know if they're fun to do. I might get this game, do all achievements, and that's it. I'll support. I'll probably be the only guy supporting this game until it comes on Game Pass.
Oh,
but I'll definitely do it. Yes, I was waiting on Ender to tell me if the achievements were fun or not. But
I mean, I've gotten most of them by just like over half of them. Though no, over half of them. Fucking lie, I got less than that. Just by playing the game as I have. So I mean, yeah, I'm not really an achievement hunter. I'm probably the worst person when it comes to achievements.
Yeah, but you like Skullgirls, you know.
I do.
I guess it's a.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, in continuation with the achievement stuff, like, they're not really like, you know, clear arcade or stuff like that. It's more than just that. You do achievements specific to the character. So, Philia, she's all about like air dashing, so they want you to like air dash a bunch of times and stuff like that.
Oh, I like that.
Nice.
That sounds really cool. I prefer that way more than just do 20 battles online or
just
40
get
battles.
600 thumbs ups. What? Just get 600 thumbs ups, Rene.
It fucking sucks.
I'm on
Nah, instead
320,
you gotta-
so I'm making good progress.
I'll like it. Don't worry. I'll like
the
it.
kitchen sink.
You know,
I'll like you 600 times. don't
Oh
worry.
no! Every time we meet up in voice chat, I'm like, my one requirement is that you guys hit triangle after the match. I don't care who you play, how you play, win or lose. My one requirement is you guys hit triangle at the end of the match. That's it. That's
You just
all
give
I
me
want.
likes,
Just give me the
please.
likes.
By the way, how are those tournaments looking? Because that shit, I
There
need.
haven't been tournaments since I started playing. They're just-
No, not once. It's fucking crazy. I need those achievements, man.
I don't get the stats on the trophies because they say 0.0% players got 5 tournament wins and 0.1% got 10. So, huh? How did less people get 5 than that? I don't. What?
What?
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on.
Gotta love those tournaments.
Gotta love those tournaments. Yeah. Speaking of, what's the that game with the stick figures? The fighting game with the stick figures that get
Stick
rollback?
fight the game.
No.
Oh, you mean footsies?
No. Tough Love Arena? Something like that?
The one that was on the web browser.
There's too many fucking
I think
stick-figure
so.
fighting games. EV specific. Yeah, Tough Love Arena.
Tough Love
I think it was
Arena?
on-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the one that had rollback and we could play it on our browser.
Our Tough Love Arena game or video or live stream got banned from YouTube.
Oh, what? Wait.
It got flagged for spam and they removed it. I don't know if it's because it had the link in the description or something, but
Maybe, could be.
they just deleted that video. They're like, oh, it's spam. What? I made a video that's
Yeah,
spam.
yeah, stop mashing. Are you gonna get banned
Stop
from
mashing.
Was that main channel?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Probably not. I don't think it was.
No, it may have been from when it was still used as an archive channel. so.
Yeah, I think
So
it was
one.
like live stream archive.
Breaking news. We have actual footage of the Shueisha Genshin.
Oh, cool.
I don't know. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm gonna send you that. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Fisher Games. We launched a new project. Whitelist now. It's nope, that's not that. Project
That is-
Survival. There it is. All right. Oh god.
Wow, Genshin. With
Wait,
20
would
run
they? Oh
MMO.
no, wait. They actually put. This does not look like Genshin. This looks like an MMO. Oh, it's even more basic than that, man.
Oh, look at the movement. It
Oh,
doesn't seem
got
like it has
stam-
360 movement even.
It has a stamina buff.
Okay.
It's Genshin.
Okay.
Right?
Crafting.
Oh, it's Minecraft.
Yeah. I mean, I looked down and I saw a log of wood in the inventory, so crafting definitely. Yeah, definitely going for a different concept, and that's good
Oh,
to see.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the running animation. I don't like when your character turns and it floats. I don't like that.
Yeah,
It's just
this is a genre I'm not interested in. It's just like open world survival. Like I don't care. I don't wanna work to survive. Honestly, that's not fun to me. I don't know, man. I never got the appeal of that. It's like, yo, I want to fight some cool bosses. I want to experience some cool ass gameplay systems and all of that. And they're like, great, but first you got to find food so you can play the game. No, I don't want to do. I just want to play it. I don't want to do the food. No, but the survival part is fun. I never got that. But that's just me. Obviously, it's a very popular genre. So
yeah, we already survive on a daily basis, and it's already hard enough. You know,
Yeah.
I have to eat food.
Yeah.
Well, I love food, so that's not a good example. Anyway, DNF.
Final news: DNF balance patch came out 2 days ago, and Steam version got 500 players online. Woohoo! So yeah, what's going on with this?
What a circus patch. So they're not doing the everyone gets buffs motif than last time. People actually got nerfs.
Okay.
Some are pretty hard. The new cube changes
Right.
actually hurt some characters. So some awakening buffs that some characters got have now been turned into the cubes. So you can't have one or the other. So someone like Ranger, who had 2 really strong buffs for awakening, you now can only have one or the other.
Okay.
So now you have to be stuck with that. And some of the buffs are very ridiculous. I put a clip in No Mic Voice of something I found the other day.
Okay.
With Dragon Knight. And it's very stupid. To say the least.
Whoa! Where are you going, sir?
Yeah, that new buff to her, she can now cancel her momentum from her flight,
Jesus
which
Christ.
has no recovery. So you can go for a high, low, or throw. It's stupid. You can do it from full screen.
Damn. Okay. Sheesh.
So
I've seen some Striker stuff on Twitter. I don't know how real that was.
So Striker got another stupid buff where she can now cancel all of her MP skills on whiff as an awakening.
Yes.
So she can cancel her DP on whiff, cancel all of her recovery stuff on whiff. It doesn't matter. There was a really funny clip which you can do in training if you have infinite meter.
Yeah,
and just
I think
spam
that's
that.
it.
Yeah, and just spam that. It's a stupid thing, but I love it.
I think that's it. But yeah, I assumed it was gonna be like a training only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find
But Spectre is a fun addition. Definitely not an easy character to play per se, but she has a really strong awakening. Got really cool combos.
And TP on whiff, yes. TP cancel on whiff.
Yeah, if she's an awakening, yeah, you can just DP on whiff. It's actually a thing for some of these characters where they've added where if you're in awakening, if you DP, you just get something for it. Like, you can cancel it, you can combo into it, and after it's ridiculous now.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just take a look at the Granblue fantasy art for Dengoku. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the stuff you can expect from the Granblue devs. That's why I'm always so excited for these collabs, because you're always going to see something nice like that.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's really, really good looking. But yeah, we reached the portion of the show where we go into some Q&A. Some Q's, some A's. I'm looking at No Mic Voice here in the Discord server. If you're a premium member, you can also join the voice chat. And if you do that, just ask questions in voice. That's totally fine. If not, ask them in chat because I'm also looking at those. And yeah, if you guys got any questions, take it away as we do this final segment before stopping the thing. So that's it. That's it. That's the show. That's the news. So let's get on with the questions. Glob, did you see there's a new color-corrected release of the original Dragon Ball anime? No, I did not. I saw it and it pushed me to watch it. I'm now on episode 9. Really good so far. Nice. Yeah. I don't care about color corrections, but I'm happy that you're enjoying it. I feel like I've seen that show too many times to just go back to it because of a color correction. I feel like my time is better spent doing something else. Like reading the JoJo manga. You're gonna ask me about an update? Damn, I was ready to answer this time. I don't even have to think about it.
Update.
What engine does Ashura.ai run on? I think you have to answer this. I don't have the answer.
I'm not updated just yet, but
Okay.
don't worry. Once it's updated, I'll have the combat feature where I'll kick traders' ass. So look forward to that trailer.
Have you already thought about which game makes it next for the AGC? So I always put 4 games up to a vote. 2 games, you already know what those are. It's going to be My Hero and JoJo's All-Star Battle R. Because they got 2nd and 3rd place in the last poll. Kill La Kill is not going to be in this poll because it got last place, so it gets eliminated. So we're going to have My Hero, we're going to have JoJo's, and we're going to have 2 more games. What those 2 games are, I think one is kind of guaranteed to be Jump Force because of the amount of upvotes it's getting. The other one, I'm still thinking about it. Maybe Persona 4 Arena, or there was another Xenoverse, I think was also like very upvoted. So one of those, but I definitely think like knowing the audience, I think My Hero is going to be the next game that gets added. But I'll put it up to a vote and you guys decide.
Cool.
Next, have you already thought? No, yep. Did you start training on Storm, Rene?
No, I did not.
Next question.
Next question. There's a lot happening. So here's the thing. I'm full on Street Fighter, and I am very discouraged to play Street Fighter right now because I got put in Platinum 5 on PS5. I started playing on PS5 because that's where we have the season pass. I started playing and I instantly put on Platinum 5, which is not my current rank. I told this to Glob. So my decisions are sometimes at the level or even better than my opponent. But then I don't know the shit that they're doing. I have no idea if that's plus, if that's minus. They're doing all the new moves. I'm missing a lot of matchup knowledge. So I'm just climbing down the ranks. And it's very discouraging when you can't do anything in ranked. And granted, I could just be playing player matches instead of having ranked. But I was having so much fun in ranked, climbing up. I was in Platinum 2. I feel like Platinum 5 is just way too much. I did fight someone in Platinum 3 yesterday. I think at around 14,000, and I did beat his ass quite easily. So I'm getting there. I'm slowly climbing down to my actual rank, and it might get better. But I am a bit discouraged, even though I am, having a ton of fun with Street Fighter. I wanna play Final Fantasy though. It all depends on whether we're going to Gamescom or not. I want to be somewhat prepared to at least grab some cool footage and not just be, someone for Glob to beat my ass. And it's not going to be fun footage if we get to play, if we go there, and also if we get to record. We'll see. I definitely want to go there at least with some knowledge. I don't want to go there blind. So that's going to happen if we go to Gamescom.
Right.
I don't know when.
I also think like we're kind of waiting on Leico and the team to release the next patch for the mod, because the next patch has most of the stuff, to be honest. Like it has the HUD redo. I actually have an early version of it, but it's still missing a lot of stuff. So like the rounds refilling your health, that's a big change. All the rates for like chakra refill, the pauses, like we were able to correct all of that because of the footage from Anime Expo. All the items now on cooldown, like a lot of changes. Like it's gonna feel very close to Connections, honestly. They're making all the changes that they can, for sure. And yeah, but I think until you have that next version, I mean, yeah, you could definitely start getting used to like how the game feels and how it plays. But the next version is definitely when you're gonna start practicing a little bit harder, for sure. And today I actually started practicing with the default controls. Speaking of, like today I just decided, okay, reset everything to defaults, because probably won't be able to change buttons at Gamescom or stuff like that. So let's do it. Even though like I think at Gamescom I'm just gonna play simple controls. The more I think about simple controls, the more I like it.
Yeah, they make it seems like they make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I also I heard you say somewhere that fighting games are more expensive to make than arena fighters. Can you explain why that is? I mean, it's not necessarily why. It's just it is a fact. I was searching here. Street Fighter 2, a game released in 1991, was the same cost as Naruto Storm 4. So you take that information and you do whatever you want with it. But Storm 4, a game released in
2018, 16.
2016.
Yes.
Cost around $4 million, I believe.
Yeah.
From info. You compare that to a game that cost $5 million in 1991, and that's Street Fighter 2. I don't know where the money goes to necessarily, but it's definitely more expensive. It's just facts, you know.
Yeah, I want to say that it's hard to give you a concrete answer because we're not game devs, but I always felt that was the case, and then we got confirmation from it from a couple of sources. But basically, the theory that I have is a character in a fighting game is usually a lot more complex than a character in an arena fighter. There's more moves, there's more consideration to what the character does and doesn't. Whereas in an arena fighter, you can just kind of give it, a couple of strings, a couple of specials, you're done. In a fighting game, you have all the standing normals, all the crouching normals. You have to know what links into what. A single broken link and everything's broken immediately. You give it the specials, you give it the supers. Usually there's multiple supers per character. So just developing a single fighting game character is usually a lot harder and a lot more expensive and takes a lot longer than an arena fighter character. Taking a lot longer, I think, is definitely the main reason why it's more expensive, because you're keeping a lot of developers on a payroll for a much longer period of time. But also think about CC2 as a studio, and them making Demon Slayer, they're making Naruto Storm, and how good we consider those arena fighters to be. And CC2 as a studio is 90% made up of artists. It's it's graphics, it's beautiful, it's all that stuff. But if a team of mainly artists can make a really good arena fighter, that kind of explains why it's just a lot cheaper and a lot easier to develop those, because you don't need that dedicated fighting game team, to make something like that.
Yeah, and also obviously there's a lot of stuff that goes into a game's budget. Marketing is sometimes where most of the money is spent. And I have more info on movies about this, more than actually video games. But I know for a fact that marketing sometimes takes more than the actual game. Let's say the game is 200 million, marketing is 300 million, and that's true. For example, Cyberpunk, which is one of the most obvious ones. Marketing is obviously a big thing. I would say that because the balance is not important, and this is sort of what Claude was saying. I think every fighting game is put out with a competitive scene in mind. I think if you don't have a competitive game, I don't think you thrive in a fighting game scenario nowadays, at least. Especially because you want that content to be released after the game is out, and then that's what gives you more money to keep developing your game and also other games. Too. So that's a thing that they have to be concerned about. Mm-hmm. I honestly, I was trying to come up with an answer with the knowledge that we have. We not only cover anime games, but we also play every video game that's out there, and we also listen to a lot of podcasts. We're aware of what's happening in the video game universe, but it's just, even with that, I actually don't have information. I thought, without even thinking a lot about video games, my first thought would be animating stuff is very expensive.
Yeah.
But turns out CC2 animates pretty easily, and it's very, cheap for them to animate. But the other thing is not just the cutscenes themselves, animating the character, creating the animations. I think that's what probably gets in the way. And all of these characters are so unique in fighting games. Arena fighters not so much, I guess. And that's what, if you think about Naruto Storm, yeah, there's a lot of different particle effects, but I think that's much easier than animating and balancing a specific moveset and like also like how the hitboxes work. It's so specific. The frame data. I think it's much more of a general thing in arena fighters where the frame data is more or less the same for the moves that you're using.
Yeah.
It is a much more of a science in video games like Street Fighter, where in Street Fighter, for example, you even have the drive rush, where if you use drive rush, the frame data changes. All of that needs to be taken into account when you're balancing the game, and that's just a fucking... Honestly, just thinking about it, it's just my head hurts. Just thinking about the amount of thought that has to be put, even before you make the game, just like creating the concept for the game, the amount of time it takes, that's budget, that's work that your team is doing on paper before it even comes to fruition. So yeah, I guess it's more about that. It's much just the balance takes a lot of money.
I guess a counter argument could easily be just, well, JoJo is also CC2, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how did they pull that off? Well, not very well. Anyway, next question. Where am I on the manga right now? I just finished Scary Monsters.
Let's go.
Huh? Chapter 32 or something. But yes, Scary Monsters. Just got done with it. Very good 3 chapters or 4. 5. Yeah, I thought that completely caught me off guard. Like I thought that was, yeah, I can say anything. I thought that was Diego's ability. That's it. Okay, not saying anything else. So it's caught me slightly off guard.
Plot 7 is so good.
Yeah.
Traitor wants us to leak Bloodborne on PC, please. We don't have that. We can only release Storm Connections right now.
Yes,
we have the ability.
Storm Connections button.
Yeah, actually, I don't have it with me. Glob has the button there.
Yes. And now I have a detachable keyboard, so I could actually, like, it's not connected now, but if I connect this to the keyboard, then I can press the button.
Oh, is that specific button?
Yes.
Right there. Yeah,
it's one of these.
Okay.
This also is a rolling thing. It's pretty cool. But there's 4 buttons for 4 unreleased games right here. This is the Storm button.
Okay.
Yeah.
And no Bloodborne, which is a shame.
No. And now I'm gonna attach the keyboard. And now I gotta be careful because otherwise it could activate. So that's just
yeah.
Gotta be careful.
I don't want. Press the Tekashi 4 button. We also have the Tekashi 4.
Yeah, that's true. Tekashi 4 button is also here. Oh look, it lights up. That's how you know it's active.
That's how you know Storm Connection is there.
Yes.
It's coming up.
Oh boy. Anyway, sounds like that's it. Let me know if you guys hear the world ending, because I think you do. Because I see the waveforms. I see the lines. Do you have the JJK button? No, I don't even. When's that coming out? Like, I have no idea. Like, it's not this year, right? Viking is not going to release 2 games at the end of the year.
No, it has to at least be early next year.
Right.
At the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the way to go, I think.
I think so. That said, I am feeling paranoid, and I know there's still a long time in this song. So, Rena, go ahead and say goodbye, because I want to switch to the other scene, because I don't know when I need to do that.
That's good.
I can't hear it.
You guys have a good weekend. This is a fun show, and hopefully we'll have the new show for you guys soon. I actually was thinking about it today, but we haven't even spoken about it. I want to have something new, and I want to have something public too on the channel, so we can, have everyone joining us. Yeah, that was it. You guys have a good weekend.
True. Yeah, we're gonna think about it. We haven't thought about it. We didn't expect to finish Dead Rising earlier this Monday, but yeah, anyway, if you're a premium member, that playlist is done. We've completed the Dead Rising, and it was kind of by accident. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy that show, and hope you guys enjoy the stream too. And with that said, say goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Good to see you. See you next week. Bye-bye.